It's a really great winter dish. It's the sort of dish that you might have had in the days of eating meat. It's got that feel to it. It's absolutely lovely and very easy to make. I'm going to start with some onions, which I'm going to fry off to soften them, because if you put them in the hot pot as they are, they'll still be silky and crunchy when you eat it, and that's horrible. A little bit of cooking oil. I tend to use rapeseed, but you can use whatever you like. With the onions, I also chopped up a couple of cloves of garlic quite finely, but you don't have to be too fussy about it. This is a sort of whack it in and cook it dish. At its heart, it has mock meat, a meat substitute, a mince meat, a veggie mince, which I will show you in a moment. Burnt onions add a bitter taste to a dish, so you want them soft, but not burnt. Next is potatoes. Now, I've saved you the pain of watching me peel these. A safe way to slice potatoes is to halve them, then you've got a nice solid base. On the other hand, if you've got a food processor, you just whack them in and they come out as slices. Right, that's potatoes in, half the dish. The other half of the potatoes goes on top. This is veggie mince. This one is Linda McCartney, but V-Bites also do one. Quite a few of the supermarkets do as well, but mostly they're not vegan. This is vegan. And you need about a half a packet of this on top of the potatoes. And that's just about right. On top of that goes the onions. And then the rest of the potatoes after I put a sprinkling of herbs in there. These are just run-of-the-mill mixed herbs. There we are. Pepper. And you can use green oxo, which is what I normally do, but this is a marigold bouillon stock mix. A sprinkling of that on. I'm not going to put any salt in this because stocks tend to be very high in salt. You'll find out, by taste. If you find it does need a touch of salt, next time you make it, add it. And the last of the potatoes. Now, this recipe is on the Vegetarian Recipe Club website. It's my own recipe. I devised it. The next step is simply to bring it up to just below the level of the top line of potatoes with hot water. That's just about right. Now, you don't have to do this because it tastes great without it, but I put on a sprinkling of nutritional yeast flakes, and it just browns the top. There we go. You can get them from health food shops. And then, finally, whether you put the yeast flakes on or not, you put on a sprinkling of olive oil to make the top brown up. And it really is as simple as that. It's about 10 minutes. And I'm now going to whack that in the oven. In that goes into the oven. And out of the oven magically comes one I made earlier. When this is cooking, the water might disappear entirely. So be prepared to have a look at it after about half an hour. You need to cook it for an hour on 200 degrees, gas mark 6. And after about three-quarters of an hour, have a look. If the liquid level has dropped right down, just top it up with a little additional hot water, because you want it to be moist and there to be a bit of gravy in it. Now with that, you can serve any of your usual vegetables. A hot pot, my hot pot, absolutely brilliant for weaning people away from meat and onto a vegan diet.